damn, why my uncle sleep in the basement? Like, why is my auntie's room on the top floor?
It felt normal.
Like, it just felt like that's just how they live. And then you understand, like, they at some point made a decision that that's how they wanted to live, but they also decided that they didn't want to, go through court or have their kids living in separate houses or, feel like they were alone in any way. That's what I referenced in the verse. There's a line, I'm going to butcher it, but something where I say, sleep in separate rooms for years when their hearts broke. So at least somebody there if they start to stroke. And it's like, you split up and you spend all this time with somebody and now you alone. And who's going to be there to like be your partner or help you when you get sick or if anything happens to you. Right. And I think that's the decision that a lot of our, parents and aunts and uncles and everybody made to keep some sort of like family house or some sort of family dynamic. Again, not saying that that's the right way to do it, right, and not vilifying it, because that's what I grew up knowing for a long time. Mm-hmm. But then also, like, I agree totally that people should go and, in the pursuit of happiness and in the pursuit of love and making decisions that are going to be best for their hearts. And so, like, again, yeah, I don't have all the answers, but I think even in the context of the intro, it's more like, I mention it, but I'm really mentioning it on like the like decision making part of like, tell me how can you now afford to file divorce, the child support, the back door, take the trial to court. Yep. The back door and the trial to court is not about my situation.
It's a general.
It's more like other things that's going on in my life that I really don't talk about because I am, like I have like all these things to like worry about. So I've like try not to like, I guess, cloud the information that I'm putting out there.
Because sometimes you don't want to say something, it gets misinterpreted or it becomes the headline. Yeah. When you have an album coming out on Friday.
When I got an album coming out on Friday.
Called Starline and a tour that you just announced.
And my tour that I'm so excited. That's like my favorite thing in the world is performing, like you were saying, like those acid rap shows. Like, I cannot wait to perform this material and to like put on a show with it for people. And it's been so long since I've been on stage that I really just kind of need, I need that personal connection. I love being on stage and feeding off of the fans and singing the songs together and like altering show mixes of them. And like all of that stuff is like, that's one of my real joys.
You seem like you genuinely like people.
I love people.
Like, you know how some people do it and it's like just because but I feel that you really want to shout each person out and like be a good person. Some people...
You're saying it like it's crazy.
It is sometimes. No,
I think I touch on that on the outro of the album. Like, there's certain people that I think, especially the ones that grow up child stars. And I'm not the definition of a child star. I don't even know when I got on, but I feel like I didn't start traveling on a world tour till I was 19, but that's still really young. And you get access to this fame and money and certain like adulation that you think is the same thing as love at a young age, and it kind of like alters your brain chemistry to the point that you can't even like you can't tell the difference between the two things. And so like I love people because since I was a kid, I was doing open mics and like talent shows and doing that whole circuit of like, I love to get a mic in my hand and say what I want to say and get claps and stuff like that. And I think that remains with me. That's just a certain type of person. I think a lot of people that came up in my industry that got on when they were in their teens or were traveling or supporting their family in that way, like they got that same vibe of like, oh yeah, I love people. I want people to love me.